Welcome to the Flipping TCG's YouTube channel. We are here with Lynn Braun, who topped the Bologna YCS. How did you do and what did you play?
So I got 34th, just missing out on top 32, getting a card trooper, but I still get my playmat, so it's fine. And I played a Dracotail deck that I built with my favorite co-conspirator, Kevin. So we just get right into the profile. So we played standard ratios. We played, of course, 3 of Lukiers, 3 Mululu. We played 2 Pan and 2 Urgula, so that's the one main difference between Kevin and me. I played a second Urgula and he played Magnamut. I think Urgula was planned. It was really good to draw, and having a second one in deck came up like once, I think. Yeah. Where it wasn't great and it got bad, and then I could still get the second one and pop a back row, which blew my opponent out. I think these ratios are fine. I mean, you could fit more, but you also don't want to draw 2 of these, which is horrible most of the time.
You don't need them. Like Magnus was also good for me, but like you have to play like 2 plan. I think just you're lacking at those ones.
And then of course we played 3 of our favorite hand trap, Femina, and we played a Frixel. I don't know if it's mandatory if you don't play brand cards, because I never played without them, but I played Brand Fusion, so this is definitely mandatory. Then I played, of course, so we played 3 Rao, 3 Ketu, and 2 Brand Fusion. I played 2 Brand Fusion because I just want to max consistency, and it feels like the best consistency card in the deck, because it also achieves very, like a lot of things going second. If you have this plus like a Bello Ash, you basically get to clear the entire Dracotail board.
Didn't you play the quick play?
No, I didn't play it because I don't think it achieves enough going second, and going first it's just not a starter, it's not a monster, you can't recycle it in any way. And also like it makes the extra like really tight, I think, because if you want to play it, I think you have to play some amount of like cards to make it actually worth. And I also played canine cards. So with them the extra just gets too tight, and I thought I just want consistency and hand traps and nothing else. And then of course we played Brick. I hate this, I drew this more than Brand Fusion, I think, but yeah. I also never normal summed it, it's just not really a thing, especially if you don't play Mirror Jade, then it's not good.
I think like every single zombie vampire that resolved to get me builds this for me. So
that's amazing. Yeah, that happened to me, like not today but in testings.
Yeah.
Then of course we play 3 traps. I don't think there's a world where you play less, you just need the drawers and the interrupts. Yeah, I mean, the format is too powerful to cut them for consistency or hand traps, I think. And then we come to the hand traps. We already 3 Femina, we have 3 Nibiru, and we have Izuna and Lupus. I drew this also nearly as much as Izuna probably. I thought it was a fine draw over the tournament. It felt somewhat mediocre because you just lack the utility you get with Izuna, and Zeus is just not that broke. Typhon is just not that broken.
This is like basically a god card, because like against K9 decks, game 1, they have to negate this with Ripper, because we are playing like 41 cards, so it's really possible that we're playing like K9 Vanquish or something like that. So they have to respect National, and if the Nationals get sucked by like the Ripper gets sucked by National, they cannot continue playing. So if you have anything to back it up like Nibiru or Femina, you just auto win the game.
Yeah. So the idea behind the deck was basically we chummy our opponent, and then we draw 2 of these, and then we win because they cannot like beat 2 of them most of the time, and that worked out really nicely for the most part. I didn't face many canine decks. I reserved this card like twice. And one time my opponent just passed and threw 2 back, so this card was just really dead for me, but I mean it ate a lot of Ash Blossoms, which in turn enabled my other cards, so I mean, it's a broken card. I mean, you play it, otherwise I think your deck's just not very good. And then we played 3 Ash, like it's really good into every matchup, you have something you want to hit in every matchup. It also pairs really well with the other cards. Because you always can like remove something that would otherwise annoy you. And then we played 2 Bell. You could play 3, but I think it's too bad into too many matchups. And also in the mirror match, it's not going first, so drawing 2 would be really bad. Different than these cards or some of the other ones. And it was fine. I mean, it was really good in the mirror match, but versus other decks it just felt mediocre. Versus Malice, of course, was really good. So, I mean, for me it was good. I should have played more because I faced like 6 Dracotail and 3 Malice. But I wouldn't play more, I think.
like just also a really flexible side deck spot, because like in a lot of matchups you want to have it in going second, but going first it's always like an easy side out if you prefer like other traps.
I mean, I don't think I really sided it out much because I didn't have the side deck, just didn't give it. But sometimes I sided this out for draw, for example, or Mitsuyami. I also think you could of course play like 2 Nibiru and 3 Bell, which would be fine. And if I see my matchup spread with so much Dracotail, maybe you could like cut more Nibiru. But I think it's just needed versus other decks, and the mirror match I don't think depends on stopping Flame, but on actually getting to amass a lot of resources. So yeah. But I mean, maybe that's not correct because I didn't play enough.
I think it just depends on the matchup, because like for me I played like a lot of K9 decks, so I was really happy to always see Nibiru live. So
yeah, it's just a matchup.
Just matchup dependent.
And then of course we played 3 of this and 3 of this. The idea is just to have decent deck with like 3 Zuna, 3 Nibiru, 3 Femina, and you just sack them to death, and there's not much else to it, I think. I mean, something interesting I learned only really lately, if you play mirror match and they cite a lot of cards, they probably cite K9 cards and you probably should cite this. I didn't know that. I nearly got punished, but I think aside from that, the card's not good in the mirror. But these cards were really good. I once again reserved this like twice, and this like twice, and I reserved a total of 7 Chamis, 4 in the same game, not even match, same game. I mean, so they're probably really good. I can't say much to it, maybe you can add more to those cards.
I didn't draw a single one of these here. I only draw Fuba, and cannot say anything about it.
So we cannot say much, but they're probably really good.
We just drew Femina, Izuna, Nibiru anyway.
So then we had Death Draw, which we were considering not playing for a moment because we play so many Chamis. But we came to the conclusion that some matchups you cannot side Meowls, or so you want these specifically versus Lunar Light, where Chamis are just not that superb, and for Vanquish Soul. And I think they should be played because you have enough, like these cards cover most stuff, so you don't need much.
Yeah. And Lunar Light is like a really scary matchup for this deck.
Yeah, for sure. Then this for cover for the mirror match and all sorts of combo decks. In hindsight, I sided this in nearly into every matchup, so maybe one could have main decked it, but then again, I don't think you could fit it in the main deck. It was really good in the mirror match, a bit less good than I expected it to be, but still really fine. And it was really powerful versus Malice and Lunar Light, so yeah, would play again. Really good addition, I think. The Braun's deciding with nothing, and then more going first cards, because we needed more going first cards. And I don't think adding more ways to play helps you. I don't think I ever passed because of hand traps. And these cards just gives you an additional amount of ceiling if you get Fuva lost or if you get hand trapped. Because Cartesia, as long as you play, doesn't add any ceiling. This adds ceiling, and that's very important, I think.
Information I will get now. You were very against playing this card. We discussed it a lot. How was the card for you?
Really good. I drew this a bunch in the mirror match, and it's where to stop Femina and Lulu.
It's like kind of a god card, because like they always hold like Ash and Bell for your traps, and you just hit them with this on the Ash, and then they just get blown out.
Or they start with Femina or Mululu, and then you flip this, and they're like, oh, and now my card doesn't do anything, and then your Flame gets really good. And I just miss out on more ways to fusion summon. For the extra deck, we played 3 of this, 1 of this, 1 of this, and 1 of this. I don't think there's much to discuss. Maybe I should have played 2. I lost 3 of my 6 mirror matches. I don't think I lost much going first, so maybe it's not needed. I'm not sure. But maybe it would have won me a game. I'm not sure. Like, I lost very early, the mirror match very early, so I didn't have much experience with it. So maybe you should play a second one. You could cut this in its spot. Kevin, you found this amazing, right?
Yeah, so our theory was because like you can show the other branded cards. We play a really small branded package, just these and Albion and Rebellion. So the thing, our thought process was, if you go branded fusion for this, you need some way to still interrupt, like with Albus, because you don't have Mirror Jet. So we played this. And the theory is that if they start playing, like every deck plays light or dark monsters basically, you go Sanctifier, summon Albus, fuse into one of these guys, and then summon this, Like you did this not a single time. I did this
I didn't do this a single time.
I did this 5 or 6 times. So it was really worth it, and I think that's the reason why I would still play this card. And also, funny enough, this card is extremely good against Lantern specifically.
Oh yeah, that's true as well. I mean, it has a lot of utility, I think. You probably shouldn't cut it, but I don't think there's anything else you can cut. I just summoned this a bunch in the mirror, and in the mirror, of course, going for this one setting quick play would be the stronger play. And making a second Secretarian out of this, setting quick play or something. But I mean, this was fine. Like I said, I don't think I lost many mirrors going first. Only if they reserved the Broken Femina. But then again, maybe this would have been like nicer setting quick play. It's something to be discussed, I think, but I mean, it worked out in the end. And also, I didn't drop Brain Fusion versus other decks a lot, and this is definitely, if you play K9 cards, I think the way to go versus non-Dracotail decks, and I think you can't build the deck in a way where you only respect Dracotail.
Yeah, funny enough, one thing I did was, one guy, I had Izuna, and he tried to call by my Lupus. And I changed Sanctifier to summon my Lupus, and then book his Yummy card. So that was kind of funny. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice interactions. I just didn't get to play because there was always like, Pan effect popped this. So, I mean, or like Mululu negated. And then I played Ripper, Valon, Zeus, and Typhon. For reference, I summoned this once to kill. I summoned this 0 times, and these ones were really nice.
Yeah, also like summoned this 3 or 4 times, this once, this like 7 or 8 times, this not a single time. So
yeah, it just depends on matchups. It's really good with Dracotail and not so good with other decks. This is generally really good. Also really broken in the Mulcharmy matchup going first because you get to book a Yummy and then they have little ways to summon more Yummy names. This was probably worse than it should have been. I just didn't get to do it. I didn't draw Izuna, like my Izuna didn't reserve a lot, and I didn't get to make this a lot going second. The only time I drew it was the mirror match. They made seeds, so this is a dead play. So maybe it would have been good, but I just didn't get into the circumstances. Yeah. And then we played SP. This was insane for me. I wouldn't cut it. It was. I think it's mandatory. For the mirror match, for outing Flame specifically, and sometimes for the mirror match you can also end on this going first, and then if they go Keto to fusion sum, you just take this out with Gulame and then they can't fuse. I think that's really nice.
Agree, because like also a lot of time what happens if you draw Izuna plus 1 mana, like they will try to stop the Izuna with like Ash or Bell the Lupus or something like that, and if you then start your turn on the field with like Aphelion and the Izuna, you just make SP and force like the best interruption. So that's like super high value because you don't need to kill with this thing.
Exactly. The one thing I would consider probably is Cross Sheep, because if you go first with Cross Sheep in a mirror match and you just amass a hand of like 6-7 cards, I don't think there's a way where you lose. But I wouldn't know where to fit it, and I probably would fit the second Secretary beforehand for mirror match. That's it. That's the deck. Thank you for watching, and see you the next time on the channel.
Do you want to shout out anyone before we end the video?
Oh yeah, shoutouts. Shoutouts to the entire Flipping KCG's team. Shoutouts to Felix for sharing a room with me. Shoutouts to Yuna, of course, for telling me telling us some things we can regarding deck building. Shoutouts to Leah for getting me water the entire weekend because I'm stupid and didn't get any water. And of course, shout out to Calvin for building the deck with me. Without him, I wouldn't play it like this. So.
Congratulations again and see you next time.
Thank
Bye.
You.